Welcome to Smart Cherry's Thoughts. This is Sai from India.
Firstly, thank you very much for coming to my show.
Yep. Thanks for inviting us.
So I've gone through your profile, I've seen your work that you're doing. So I thought to tell about the work that you're doing and also the work that you already did to my audience.
Okay, sure.
So before that, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah. Myself, Avinash Shashikant Dalvi. I'm a full stack developer. Currently, I'm working in a company called EagleView. This is a US based company, product based company, based out of the Bangalore also. There, I'm working as a senior software engineer. But since my whole career, I'm working as a full stack developer only. So I manage the backend, front end both, plus some design work, SEO work, okay, and database architecture in the planning. All this stuff I do in my as the profile. Okay. So far, I have worked on multiple different domains like e-commerce, uh, finance domain. Now in EagleView, I'm working as a in a imagery domain where a GIS and imageries are there. They are working in. So quite interesting work out there. This is about my professional work. Apart from the professional, I'm open source contributors also. I'm speaker. 2 years back, I was selected as a AWS community builder. Okay. And so I'm contributing to AWS through my YouTube channel, my blog post, or through community or user group, whatever the way which can do the helping the people and guiding the people, how to start with the AWS. Okay. What are the challenges that are coming with? So any questions which people comes across it, they, I try to help in that way. Okay. So that is about the like very short intro about myself.
So 11 plus years you worked as a full stack developer. So how is that
Yeah.
experience?
Yeah, it was a good experience, and I want to become a continuous full stack developer also. So, what was the challenge? Like before I joined the Eagle, I was handling the team lead also. So, almost 6 7 years, I was in team lead. Later, I realized, okay, I'm not enjoying the team lead position. Let me again go back to the development also. So, I stepped down as again the software engineer too, and then I again the resume the development work also. Because I love the coding, I love the mentoring the people through that doesn't require the position as a team lead that will have extra burden on my head. So better to like without a position so we can mentor the people and we can lead the people with example. That is why I believe.
So what you learned in this 11 years?
Okay. So one thing I would like to tell everyone, the audience also, okay. Uh, it's like sometimes to complete your work or maybe accomplish your target or dream anything, right? You don't need to be always be expertise in every area. Okay. I'm giving for my example, I'm not expert in everywhere, even not in all languages also. But what I have a quality which I always proud of myself and we're able to justify and prove in every organization is like the passion toward doing any challenges work. Okay, that doesn't require your expertise. That require your madness to do it. Okay, and or different approaches. Like example, sometimes you don't know something, but you can think about a different like okay, I'm in a blank spot. I will start with a zero and reach out to the 100%. How do I reach out to a percent? By step by step. That's the one level of the suggestion I will give to any audience like who are starting their career in IT or any other things, right? Any job, whichever you picked up, that's required a passion and madness. Expertise is extra thing. Okay. Not required because you can see that the example like even I'm clearly saying that I'm not expert. Even not even good in algorithm side, good in database side. Okay. But still I'm here just because of the passion towards the work I have and that challenges I am able to crack it till now.
So, what kind of applications or what kind of work that you did in this 11 years?
Okay, so as I mentioned in my intro, right, I work in the three different domains. One was the e-commerce domain where I developed e-commerce website for all the shopping books and customize visiting cards and all these things. So there was a lot of the e-commerce, different product was there. So when I was working in the service industry, that time, like every month we used to get a different e-commerce website development part. But what I learned in that part, right, to grow you, right, your leader or your manager also required a well supportive part until he give you free hand. Okay, it's difficult to groom you also. Luckily, I able to get my all these mentors are very good. They always give me the free hand, which help us me to do the all the research and do some risk taking the projects also. Okay, so that's about the one part of the e-commerce side. Apart from the e-commerce, I almost worked a 5 year in a almost fintech domain. We were developing the loan application process for a business loan and for a personal loan also. And there are was quite an interesting domain because the loan is something is different than the e-commerce if you compare it. Okay, so e-commerce people is a need. Okay, and a finance even if it's need, right? People always okay because the interest comes out behind the loan, so people don't choose easily the service specifically based on the what we're offering. If you see in the market, there are plenty of the variety products or the companies are available in the fintech domain. Still, they are struggling to get a customer. That is not easy. Whereas if you compare the Flipkart and Amazon, they just do the one sale a billion day. The people are coming as a like a lot of the people are coming on the stage, right? So that's the challenge that fintech domain still has, and they are people are working towards to crack the challenges. How do we convert that people? And technology is helping the more crucial role to make that challenges very well. Okay, so this is about two areas. Now I'm working on imagery domain where GIS is there, and that's also another different domain and unit domain. Very few companies are doing this one. I was got lucky to work with this, where the like we are having a flight which capture the images across the globe and do all the ML and processing on the images side. It's quite interesting work. I'm doing it right away.
So most of your experience, I can understand you worked in developing e-commerce websites, and after that you entered into the finance business side. Now you're working on aviation business.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So
Imagery
what is
domain. Yeah.
yeah? So what is the difference and how you are able to adopt from one to other?
Okay, so as a technology wise, there is a not big difference, only the language change. But yes, what I see from my career, I have seen the load of the particular customer level. When I was in the e-commerce, I was developing the new website, right? So I was not worried about the load of the particular website or application. I was happy that deliver the website very fastly. That was the main motive was there. When we jump to the fintech, there also the load was not concept one. Okay, that was like accuracy is the main part. So the coding part, we have to maintain the accuracy of the all loan application process, the validation process. That was the main crucial part. And now in here, the imagery domain and GIS part, right? Load is a very crucial part. So here I'm learning the load part also, which I have not learned from past two domain part. So how do we manage the 1 million, 3 years of the request? Okay, what is your infrastructure will be, which can support that very beautifully without any downtime. That's the differences I can see in different domains. But technology wise, nothing much change. The only thing is that requirements change. Like as I said, e-commerce was the fast delivering one. Fintech was giving the accurate and validated result, whereas GIS is giving the more scalable and optimized solution.
So you saw you are seeing different kinds of businesses. So how is your experience working for different industries?
Yes. So there was a challenging was there. because I till now I work with the startups only, most of the startups only, where everything was just created from the scratch. Okay, like processors, uh, and the infrastructure, everything was a very challenging part. Okay, and there was so much of learning was there because when you do from the scratch, and it will have a, like, you have to think through all the perspective. You have to understand the business also. So so because of this, I work startup. I got the more exposures towards the business also, how business work. Okay, what are the challenges they also face while raising the money, or maybe the creating any solutions. Okay, and how do we come across the particular solution when problems comes across that level of the business use case also I able to work on it.
So tell me about your way of looking at things which helps you to do the work successfully.
Sorry, the power got. Yeah. So, uh, one part which I want to again have to highlight here also. Don't look at any work is a small work. Okay. Uh, and start with the any small company. Okay, that will give more exposure, more free hand to learn. I can even tell you that even I'm an engineer and software engineer. Okay, I was sit on the floor and fix the LAN cable issue in Qatar. Okay, I don't hesitate to do that. When I own something, I'm doing something. So owning is one of the best part when you're doing any work. Okay, don't hesitate to do. Okay, hey, that's not my job or that's not my profile one. I will not do that. It is not justified to my profile. Let's not do that. Okay, own the things and do the best thing. And there is no small job in the world. Okay, every job, each corner, you will get learning, and that will help you to grow your career. That's the one advice I will give it to.
So tell me, you as AWS community builder.
Hmm.
You as a AWS community builder.
Yeah, yeah, correct. So almost like this second year, I am AWS community builder.
So tell me about your contribution.
Okay, okay, about contribution. So what I'm doing is right. So in the AWS contribution, I keep writing the blogs. Okay, sometime monthly, like a weekly part, whatever the I also learn based on the use case in my professional career, in my some research area. So I do some research on that. Okay, whichever new services has come here, and keep writing the blog. There are some of our blogs already that are helping a lot of people. Uh, Apart from the blog, I have my YouTube channel where I started the recently 6 months back to teach the people about okay what is the AWS services and how do we relate with the real life example. That is the way I'm trying to teach the AWS part. So I just started with earlier with my own current company with the technical product management group where they were not having a technical background fully and able to convey all the AWS concept very easily. And that similar thing I'm doing in my YouTube channels also. Apart from that, in AWS contributions, I'm helping the people on the Quora, helping the people on the Stack Overflow, whichever where is the questions are there, any help are required people, and some of the college students and some whoever wanted to switch to AWS or maybe the DevOps or cloud of career, helping them how to start it, what are the challenges are there, setting up the path for their career. There I'm trying to help out that piece in AWS side.
So when you started
And
in your life, yeah, in your professional career, when you started working on AWS services.
so I think AWS services I started around mostly around 2012, 2012.
So yeah, so what services you have used and
So early stage, I just only use the EC2 services. It's like our normal server setup. So some client used to use the GoDaddy some classes to the other Bluehost or services. One client got some AWS credit and he wanted to try with the AWS. So I got a chance to explore that part. So that was a like early part of the day, setting up the EC2 machines from scratch, setting all the Ubuntu machines, installing the packages, setting all the flow like domain to server and certificate, everything was set to build that part.
So few experiences with your projects or with your clients.
Okay. So, okay. One thing is always be challenging when you're working with a client or when you're working with any startups also. Okay. So they don't stop for a requirement. Okay. We have to very calmly accept the requirement because currently technology there is no barrier to crack any challenges. So people assume that okay, oh let me try this. So the client or whoever the startup founder will be, they always come up with the new things. Okay, we have to very calmly accept the challenges and try to accommodate the challenges and see if we can crack the challenges apart, right? So in the few experience part, like it was a good experience only because when you're working with the clients compared to the founder also, the both side, you are very close to the business end. You know the business, how business internally works. And when you develop the best product, when you know the business internally very well. Okay. And that is a good thing. I can see that, okay, I got a chance to see that, okay, business is also very well I'm able to understand. So in future also, if I want to start my own things, I'll be able to manage it. Because I have gone through on this challenges, hurdle people have seen. Okay, what are the things they consider while developing an application or this part.
So working with your team, discussing about the projects and discussing about how to do things, how that is that experience.
Yeah, so that's a we can say balanced experiment. So I have come across that multiple types of the like different team member. Like one was we can say very expert guy, one was a medium guy, one was a very fast delivery guy, but fault will be there. Okay. So you have to manage the team, right? It's a very difficult job. Okay. Because, but that is also best part. So in one of my article, like blog, I have written like team should be like a mixture. Okay. How the mixture almost work. In Maharashtra, we have a very special dish called misal pav. Okay. So when a misal pav is like a combination of the multiple mixture, liquid, the onion, everything, right? So, but each has a different flavor to it. So in team also, we should have a combination of different skill set. If you have a same set of skill set in team, right, we can't achieve the height. So we require one person who is a like expert and who always write a standard and beautiful code. Okay, which help us to make your error processing. One person you required who write the code faster and deliver the faster solution. He may have a error in his code, but that's also required. Okay, one person we might require is a medium spacer, but a combination of both to deliver the feature like that. So luckily, I am able to hire the people like the state. So even I always have the check with the manager. So don't like even hire the same skill set of the people because it will not be able to help us. And that is a success formula. Till now, it's working for me. And I'm going to tell this success formula like team will have like a mixture only, not on the same skill set.
All your clients are from India.
No, current company, I'm a product based company, so their own product.
So you worked clients only from India.
Yeah. No. So we have our own products, right? Own products only. So our client is all the US and the UK side. So we don't directly
So
interact with the customer. So we are directly only deliver the products. Sir. Then the sales people do their job. Sales and customer support people.
so working for the products for the Indian technical products are same working for the abroad companies.
No, little bit difference is there. There's so much learning I got in compared to this company. the way of they think, the way of they picturize the very high level pictures also, the future perspective, and that's also got a lot of learning. So there is a difference is there in terms of working with the Indian product base and the US product base.
So, is there any particular point that in delivering the product or working on a product or working for a client that you have noticed that most of the people don't notice?
Hmm, not so. Like,
Any particular experience that you cannot forget as a full stack developer?
yeah, yeah, of course. There are plenty of, not particular, there are plenty of experience. So, one of my company my managers told me, okay, Avinash, you have to do this part. So I was not aware about the VPC setuping and networking, all this part. So he told, no, no, you have to do it. I told the manager like, no, I can't do this because I am not aware about this. He said, no, just go through it and do it. You can do it. So I take it the challenges. I spent almost like 1 week on reading the articles and going through YouTube and everything, and I was able to successfully do that. I set up the VPC network in AWS without any hesitating single step, and it was working very well for next like 4 5 years almost. Like it's stable. We never touched the VPC setting and change anything in the life. I always feel proud of that experience because if I have not taken that challenges, maybe I have might have missed on something in that particular work.
So, how is working with AWS services and how many services you have used?
Okay. So working with the AWS is awesome. That is why. So AWS is not I'm doing just for contributions or something, or maybe I'm leading the company also. AWS, the way they innovate, AWS, the way the services they created, I love that thing. So I am doing AWS contributions and all the research just for my passion. So I have made my passion and my career the same path. So no need to juggle between the passions and your career. So now everything is the same one. So I have used so many services like I use AWS Lambda, AWS SNS, SQS service, shape functions, S3 bucket, EC2 machines, ECS cluster, RDS1, VPC. Okay, there are plenty of things I have used, and still I'm exploring more and more whichever they are um, they are opening out, whichever new services are there.
So, how much time you take to understand any product or the service that you're going to work for?
Okay, that's not exact formula, but yes, depend upon the complexity. But on an average, if something new product is there or new service is there from AWS, right? I may take a 1 day or max 2 days to understand that in full picture. Because AWS community is very good in comparative to the helping, and AWS has a good documentation also. It doesn't require much to be complexity understand. Very well written all these things.
So, how you are able to manage all these multiple multitasking? Because I can see you are working as a software developer and also you are creating content, you are writing blog posts and you are creating YouTube content. So, how this is happening?
Okay. So, as I mentioned, right, everything you require madness. Okay. So I'm a family person. I have my small kid also there. So I use the time which I will be free. Okay. So I don't buy or maybe take a time off from my family time. Okay. So whichever the time family time need me, I'll be there. But when they are in sleep or something night time, right, I use that time for learning and doing some stuff. So I don't buy their time. In the weekend also, in a full day, I don't do anything. I spend it full time with them. But when they are out or they are somewhere or maybe sleeping, right, that time I'll use it. Okay, I might sleep very late. Okay, maybe sometimes 6 hours or 5 hours. But I use that time to learning and doing something R&D, something because that time your mind will be also fresh, calm, and you can start doing something part. But yes, you can say the God gift, the multitasking part, because Even in daytime, sometime whenever I got an idea something, right? I note on something. Okay, let me draft the ideas. I write something on. So, and the work from home also help us in that way to have a more good time schedule also. So not even if you have office, right? You will be traveling and you will be tired also. In work from home, you will have plenty of time to justify your office to work also and do some extra work also. So you're saving a lot of time in traveling.
So how is the experience? How is this experience talking with
Yeah,
computer and
it is a tough. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's a tough one. I'm still like sometimes it's happened like once in a 2 months. I don't even create any content. Okay, I don't write any blog. But sometimes happen in a 1 month. I write a 3 4 blog. That is also happen. So it is tough. It is tough journey. But that is required a madness. If you don't have a madness, we can't achieve that part.
talking with computer or talking with human beings? How this helped you?
Yeah, it is different experience. So talking with a virtual and in presence is too much of difference. So uh, recently, just I 1 week back, I got a time to meet the people in person when the AWS community summit was happening at Thailand, right? I realized that time, like meeting the virtual and talking virtual with people than the person is different. So when you talk in a person, right, there is no limit. There is no limit to talk. You can talk much everything. You people will not even tired. So you are most of the people are just talking. In virtual, we have some limit. But once a time, right, you get okay. Let me put mic down. Let me just shut down the things, or maybe just put on a mute. Let me go here and there. So that level of things are lacking in a virtual part.
Yeah, that's important. But actually, my question was, you're a software developer. You work on applications. You learn languages. You learn tools to develop any application. So you're talking with a computer with those tools and those languages. Talking with human beings. So how this talking with your teammates helped you to talk better with the computer?
Okay. So, I'm not sure whether I understand the question, but let me just answer on that this way. Is I always try of any programming thing by relating to the your real life examples only. Okay. So that is the way it's easy to remember any logics or any codes also when you relate anything you build relate to your real life example. So that is the best way I tried. Whenever you write the code, okay, nothing to be hard, but you always relate with the real time example. You can easily remember also.
So 11 years of software development experience. I'm sure you might have seen a lot of change in the software development life cycle and also evolution of the technology. So what change that you are observing when you started in the beginning days and now?
So this changes in terms of the technology you're asking about in terms of my career.
Technology.
Yeah. So okay, technology changes. We are like speed is very like awesome. Like if you want to chase any technology trend, it's difficult. So the one thing is we should always be ensure that we can't capture everything. Okay, because the way the development is working, the way technology is grooming, right? That's so fabulous. Even satellite also can't run that speed. That's the way the technology is changing it. Okay. But we have to be very firm on that, okay, what we need to achieve in our career and what we need to be learn something. We can't catch all the technology because you can see, right, in JavaScript also, when I was looking back 7 years back, there was nothing was there. Now every year new framework is coming in. Okay. Earlier it was only Angular was there. Okay. Later is React.js, Next.js, Vue.js, React.js. There are plenty of JavaScript frameworks coming out. And every year when you go to the next, new person are inventing new JS. The way of the development is very fast. But yes, we should be focused on our basic thing, and whichever the requirements come, we should always focus, get that particular, adapt that particular technology.
So at last, what do you say to the full stack developers and IT experts or people who are into IT who are watching and listening to you this conversation from anywhere on this planet?
Okay, so the recommendation, I would say, right, like, uh, so one thing is like, don't run behind any competitions kind of thing. There are plenty of competitions out there. Okay, just compete with yourself. Okay, because I always write anything about myself when I learn something or experience something. Why I write this one? Okay, it helped me to also. So when I look back 2 years back or 1 year back, I realized that, oh, where I am now. So I compete myself with myself, not with anyone else. Okay. So when you write, or when you write down or somewhere put on your memory somewhere, right, what you did in last few years or the previous year, you can always compare with yourself. Okay, I was there when I was learning in a 2 year back this. Now I'm learning this technology. Oh, I'm growing it. So that you help us. So any IT people or any full stack developer, right? One suggestion is like, don't compete with anyone else. Don't compete with the technology also. Compete with yourself. That helps you to achieve your goal. Okay. And that's the way, and one part is like, if we want to see that the motivations, right? Our own life itself is a motivation for anyone else. Okay. So no one can motivate yourself than you. So if you get a chance, write about yourself. Don't write for others, write for you. Because you yourself is a mirror for you. Okay. That's the one suggestion I'll give to all the people, and try to implement that thing. Because I also have very up and low, very up and down my career. But whenever I have an up and down career, right, I always look at my mirror and say the back is what was I did. And that give a motivation to jump on again.
I'll put your web links in the description of this video on YouTube. People who find the video on YouTube can see the work that you're doing and can see the contribution that you're doing to the technology world. And also I'll put on the
Yeah.
screen as well, they can see it. So at last, as a full stack developer, as a person who's into technology from long time, you observed so many things, you worked in different projects. So what is your observation about my work? Have you seen any videos of mine on YouTube?
Yes, yes. So, okay. So I'll appreciate your work, okay, in this age. So you're trying to connect the people across the globe. So, so even if what you will also gain from that, right? So when you meet the people, you always listen inside. And when you talk to people with any different things, right? Even if you're 1% of learning, right? Get it. Okay. And that you're doing it. So even if you're not learn or maybe training something, your YouTube session is not training anyone or something, but you're meeting the people, you're listening to the people and getting insight to the people, to everyone, right? Maybe that session will help at least one person in the globe, and that will be your achievement. Okay. If suppose you have taken about 10, 15 interview, if 10, 15 interview also, if one line can change anyone's life, that's your achievement. And you're doing good work. Even if you're not having, so even I will suggest, don't rush for the subscriber, don't rush for viewer also. Think about you're doing good work, and at least at the end of things, at least you're able to help your one people. That's your best achievement in your life.
I did masters in software engineering and a bachelor's in computer science and engineering, and also right now I'm getting trained as a AWS cloud DevOps specialist. So how this experience talking with experts like you who are already in the industry, who are solving the problems, who solve different problems, working on different projects, listening to you people, how this experience is going to add to my career.
So, okay. So, whatever the scenario or use case I mentioned, right, or maybe some suggestion which I given from my experience, and that you will help us. So AWS also, when you talk about AWS, right, AWS also has so many things are there. Okay, don't go for everyone. Pick up the thing, become an expert on that particular thing. Okay, and even if you don't know where to start it, right, I have one suggestion on that. Just go to Stack Overflow, just go to Quora. You will find lot of input, what to learn. Every learning is addition to us. I do this thing. Even I don't have anything to write in a blog, right? I just go to the Quora because I daily answer the Quora on the AWS one. So, any new interesting topic I got, okay, this is the my titles for the next blog. Let me write the something. Let me learn also that thing. That's the way you can also do your groom your AWS career.
I got you. So can I put this video on my YouTube channel with your permission?
Yes, yes, you can.
Can I also put this audio and video clip on my podcast, website, internet, social media, everywhere with your permission?
Yes, yes, you can do it.
Thanks, Avinash. Keep going, keep inspiring, and contribute a lot to a lot of human beings as well as to the technology world.
Yes, yes. And thank you for me inviting us. So I hopefully this experience help at least some of the people to and anything you also need anything advice from my anytime you can reach out to me.
Definitely, it will definitely change a lot of people's technology careers life after listening to you. Even if a single thought of yours, it changes their decision making. So that will be a good, great contribution. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Bye.